the Ducks and the Bruins, right? Look at this price. Anaheim's plus 175 in Boston, minus 220. The over-under here is 6.5. There's a much wider gap between Anaheim and Boston than there is between Pittsburgh and Los Angeles. So I don't know why the numbers don't really reflect that.
That's a fair way of putting it. For
and I've got nothing on this one. The price on Boston, who's a team that they're still dealing with injury issues. They're not at least last year under Bruce and in their Bruce Cassidy era, they weren't really an offensive force, so they didn't profile as big favorites because they wouldn't score you or outscore you in when they dominated. There would be times where the Bruins would put up 42 shots and allow 18 and lose just because they couldn't finish. So that always scares me with the Bruins. That said, the Ducks defense is just so leaky. 5.25 goals against average right now in the season. There are 9 teams in the NHL averaging more than 4 or more goals against per game so far, which is why we're seeing these over-unders. 11 of the 12 are at 6.5, including a Bruins game, which is kind of rare. Nothing for me here.
I like it for a half unit for the Bruins to cover the spread, the puck line at plus 118. And I'd play that down to plus 110 for a half unit. I just think you could argue the Ducks are due. Like at some point, they got to play better. The roster shouldn't be this horrible, but it's hard for me not to want to fade them again. Like it's been ugly, so ugly. I don't know how they ever got up 2-0 when we were fading them Tuesday night. And it finished as a 4-2 final, which I actually thought was quite generous to the Ducks' overall play. They probably could have allowed 5 or 6 a lot of nights. The Devils didn't miss some empty nets and some breakaways and so on. So yeah, I don't know what's been going on with Anaheim. We've been on this since the first Kraken game. And I think every bit of Ducks hockey I've watched this year has been horrible, which again, they have the talent to turn it around to an extent. But yeah, I can't resist fading them, at least to some extent, again, tomorrow versus a strong Bruins team, which kind of, they kind of got embarrassed a little bit in Ottawa. It's a bit of a weird spot there. We covered that Ottawa had all the advantages for that game. But yeah, I think we could definitely see the Bruins bounce back. And we know they're just going to manage the puck a lot better, should make life tough on Anaheim to generate much. So yeah, I think they're in with a good shot to cover the puck line at plus 118.